Hi, welcome to the garage. We're going to be doing a 3-part series, turning a Jeep Liberty into a Toad. We're not going to use magic to do that. For those of you who are new to RVing, a Toad is referred to as a vehicle that is pulled behind a motorhome. So welcome to part 2 of the 3-part series we're doing on converting the Liberty over to a Toad. Today we're going to be installing the ready brake portion in the Liberty itself. And we'll also be installing the breakaway. But we're going to do this piece first. Okay, we're going to start by taking the mat out. It's going to be a little hard to see down in here with the camcorder, but they say that you got to pull the carpet back because you want to press the brake and get a straight shot going through. Now, I already have a cut in the carpet from the factory. I don't know why, but I'm going to utilize that. So I'm going to mark my spot, and then I'll drill an 1/8 inch hole through there and check the other side of Firewall, make sure that we have the clearance. Okay, so we got that in. I gotta go check to see just where I came through. Okay, so I'm going through with the 5/16 inch bit now. We cleared some more of this material out. It was in the way.
So we got the ready brake conduit cable installed.
Just gotta tighten it down.
And we just gotta tighten it down, but it's coming through the floorboard wall, right behind the brake pedal. So we're all tightened down. Now we will run the conduit. So you can see it coming out of the firewall, and it's coming down, and we've lucked out, and it's going straight down this tube, which is part of the frame, and it goes right straight to one side of the bumper. So we got it coming through that piece of the frame, and it comes right up to the bumper. And you can see it's coming out where the grill used to be, right to where we're going to mount it to our bracket that we created.
Okay, so we marked where it comes out here, and we have to cut 3/4 of an inch back. So they say that you can use the Dremel, so that's how I'm going to do this. Okay, now that the conduit's been cut to the size that it needs to be at, they recommend taking 12 inches of this and putting it through the nylon fitting first, mainly because this side is so large where the conduit's going to fit. They don't want you going through this hole in the middle and then getting stuck on the conduit and causing this to fray. You'd never get it to your brake pedal. First thing you need to put on, you're going to have to put on the nut, then go through where you're going to mount it, then go through the nylon fitting, then grab the conduit, easily put it through the conduit. Make sure that you've got enough in there. Alright, then let's just mount this on it. Push it all the way. Now just stop pulling this back through this way until that comes through. And then take the nut that you put on. And tighten. And just continue to push this all the way through.
So we've got the aircraft wire through. Had a little scare. It was having a hard time getting through the metal bracket that's inside the passenger compartment. But he pulled it out a little bit, twisted it a little, turned it a little bit, and it went through. Just must have been caught on something.
Okay, so we're back in the footwell now, ready to attach the rest of the ready brake. So we take the aircraft cable, we run it through one of the brake ties and through the pre-drilled holes. Bring it back here. You're bringing it behind the brake and bringing it over the brake and feeding it back through this other hole. Then you'll take the top half, line up the holes, and start to mount. Okay, so when you have the top brake tie on, you're going to put the 2 bolts through. On the other end, it's going to follow a flat washer, split washer, and then the nut. Okay, so once you have these on hand tight, you're Make sure this cable is as straight as you can get it, and then just start tightening. Make sure the cable, when it comes over the top, is under this. That's what helps to hold it. Okay, now that it's nice and tight, I'm gonna go around the front. I'm gonna pull the other end of this cable so you can see how this ready brake actually works.
So Chuck's pulling on the front loop, and the pedal goes in and out, activating the brakes.
Okay, then once this is all mounted and it's working, what you wanna do is all this excess cable, you wanna cut it off. Just make sure you're cutting the right cable. Okay, now the brake pedal's back on the pad. We only took it off so we had better clearance for drilling. Okay, so we've been looking everywhere to try and mount the breakaway, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the wheel well back where this metal continues and mount it probably at an angle like that, and then we'll just have it come under the vehicle and connect out there. So I'm not gonna pop it completely all the way out. We'll see how far we can get. I'll pull this bottom one and do this one too. See what we got behind here. So it's not giving me what I really want, so I'm gonna try popping these off too and see if I can get some more room out of it. Oh yeah, that's gonna give me great room. That will be great room. Right here and then run it right out through here actually. What do you think?
Ah.
Okay, so we've mounted this now. The way that this works is the cable can go through this way, but it can't come back this way. If it breaks away, cable will pull, it will apply the brakes, and it will not release the brakes. So you'll have to come and manually do it yourself. That's the purpose of a breakaway.
And when installing this, it tells you there's an arrow pointing to the motorhome, so that you can't make a mistake installing it backwards.
All right, so I'm gonna run this now into the brake, and then this end here, we're gonna end up getting, we're gonna attach to the motorhome and get everything adjusted. This is the cable coming from the breakaway. What you want to do is you want to make a small loop, and then you're going to take that and tape it with electrical tape to the brake. I put the cable around the brake pedal, and I got a cable clamp holding on to the two pieces, so I'm going to tighten that down. Like I said, the loop is already done. When I'm done, I'm going to cut all this excess off. Okay, so we had to pull it back out. We forgot to put in this nylon bolt and nut. What this does is it prevents accidental activation. And I'm gonna shoot a couple shots of grease into this nipple. They say to do it 2 to 3 times a year to keep the dirt and the water out of it. So it's all buttoned back up. Just gotta throw the tire on, and then we're gonna connect to the RV and do all the rest of the adjustments.
So we've got the ready brake cable attached to the Liberty, and the red one, which is the breakaway, running down one of the bars. We loosely fit it so it has some play, hooked into the Liberty.